Hey, good afternoon all. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So once you log into InvestRight app, so for the login, you can use either the traditional login method, which is your ID, password, and OTP, or one time you can set up your AMPIN or a Face ID or biometrics login. So this way you will be able to log in faster the moment you immediately land onto the dashboard. So on the dashboard, basically first thing what you'll see is your portfolio. So on an average, generally people are more interested how my portfolio is performing, whether I'm in a profit or loss, what's my net worth. So that would be the very first thing they'll be able to see along with Nifty Sensex. You can customize it to Nifty, Bank Nifty also. I'll showcase that during the demonstration session. Below, when you scroll, so whatever asset classes you have, you'll be able to see all those asset classes details. After that, how market is performing, what are gainers, losers. If you're more of a trader, in that case, position built ups, long built ups, short built ups, in volume based, price based. If you are, so all these things you'll be able to see and figure out where the momentum is. Somebody who's a more advanced trader, they can use this advanced screener option. I'll just quickly walk you through this. It has almost 200 plus screeners. So based on your type of trading method, you are more interested in trading into positional ones, somebody who uses charts more, so probably the charting based screener, somebody who's more into fundamental ones, so probably the one, let's say the growth are taken up. So if somebody is on the fundamental, so where the results are getting high, where somebody shareholding pattern is getting increased, where promoters are increasing the stock. So different such 200 plus screeners are available for everyone. So based on your requirement, you can use all these available screeners. Somebody who's an intraday player, so they can use, let's say, the pivot support resistance breaking stocks. Some new highs stocks. Somebody who's a charting one, they can use, let's say, I'm saying checking, let's say if there's any hammer pattern created on any of the stock. So these, based on the moving average, basis on the pivots, shareholdings, based on the financials. So fundamentals, technicals, all these screeners are available. Let me go back to once again the dashboard. Your portfolio watch. So the stocks you hold, its portfolio watch will give you that summary in terms of a heat map. Then the next block you see is my expert picks. So basically expert picks is my research, my recommendation. So if any research which is available on your holding, you will be upfront able to see that this is the stock on which there is a recommendation came over, and accordingly you can take the decision. And further that equity research, derivative research, that is all available. Below that, if I move out, so there is SIP ideas. So which somebody who wants to build over a period of time a slowly, recurring investment they want to take benefit of. So they can use the stock SIP ideas. Some recommended one we are already showing. If somebody is more interested into the ETF SIP, so they can start with the ETF SIPs. Somebody who's not going ahead only with single stock, they want to go for a pick up any of the small case baskets and start investing into a basket. It's a one-click basket investment that shows you the particular basket what I have taken up. Let's say this is a Tata Group manufacturing, so all the Tata Group stocks are available, which you can invest in one go, manufacturing one, and with one click, by clicking on this invest now, you can start building your wealth creation using this stock basket. if there is any IPO which is coming over, if there is any IPO which is right now available for us. So all these is coming into this IPO section. Yeah, this is my most favorite one, which is a superstar. So there are people, there are influencers, there are people who have built a portfolio over a period of time, whom we always look for if we have to look for the wealth investment or wealth management. So let's say I'm a fan of Mr. Damani and I want to replicate his portfolio. I can just have a look. I just click on that. That shows me the portfolio of Mr. Damani. I can create my own portfolio by replicating his portfolio. So I can see, you see this in the last 1 quarter, these are the stocks which we have, he has decreased his position. These are his holdings. So in the same method, I can also create my portfolio, or I can also start investing in these particular stocks. Go back. These are the news available in the market. The below board, if we see, this is a financial planning section in which there are goals and there are calculators. So if I can create my financial goal and go ahead with my financial journey, or I can take benefit of any of these calculators and then build my financial journey. So this is my dashboard section. I'm moving to the watch list. So in this watch list, the interesting thing which you see here is there is some numbers which are coming below the stock name. There is some events you could see which is coming over. There is some recommendation. So what is that? Generally what happens is we track the stocks in the watch list, but when we have to check the valuation, we go to the portfolio. In this particular watch list or in the new InvestRight app, what we did is we are giving both the features benefit to you within the watch list. So if you are tracking any stock and if you have a holding in this stock, you can see it shows you how many holdings you have, how much stocks you have, how much money you have invested, and your profit and loss also in the same stock, so that you don't need to specifically go to portfolio only to check whether you are in the profit or loss. Directly from the watch list you can track. If there is any recommendation on any stock from our side, that also is going to show you within the watch list itself. Yeah. And if there is any event, there's a, let's say you can see there's a dividend coming over, there's a book closure, there is a dividend coming over. So if any stock which is making let's say a day high, day low, 52-week high low, it's a gainer loser. If there is bonus, split, dividend, any corporate action is coming over. So all that you will be able to track across the app. It is coming in a small search bubble, and across there, whenever there is any event along with the stock name, you will be able to see this, so that you don't miss out any opportunity. Simply just add the stock into the watch list by searching the stock. So this is smart search. You can either type or you can use the voice search. Tata Metals. So you can use this, or let's say Tata Motors. Tata Motor. Either that, just add into the watch list and it is done. Or if you are looking for futures options, you can bifurcate or drill down your particular search. If you are searching for the ETF, this is an important feature. Reason being, in the older app, it becomes difficult for us to search for a ETF. So here in it becomes easy to search for a particular ETF. Just a smart search, you can write in any of the sequence and you will be able to see all the results in one go. If you don't know where to invest, so there is a ready-made watch list. You see here HDFC Prarambh, equity and derivative. There are two watch lists. So if somebody who's an investor or looking into the cash investment, they can check for the Prarambh equity. If somebody who's a trader, they can look for the derivatives one. So these are the stocks wherein we have something to say about. That means we have some recommendations on all these stocks. So this is my ready-made watch list wherein we already telling you that there's momentum, there's a research recommendation on these stocks from our side. The same thing you can track from the research section also, but within the watch list as well, you have a dedicated watch list for the same. How do you manage these watch lists? Just click on these three dots. You have an option of managing watch list. You can simply use, manipulate the stocks. You can delete the stock. If you have to create a different watch list, you can create as many watch lists. There are 5 watch lists you can create, and in each watch list there will be up to 50 stocks or 50 records you can have. So basically, at any point of time, you can track 250, which is a good enough number to track. On the bottom, if we see the order book, so in one go, there's a order book, trade book, net positions. All your books would be in the bottom view. Portfolio. So portfolio and demat balances are side by side so that we can track both the things at the one go. In the portfolio, the same your net worth, either the asset class wise or the sectorial breakup, both we are able to see. Below that, different asset class wise bifurcations of your invested value, current value, uh, your realized and unrealized gains. Below that, if we go, major gainers and losers in your portfolio. And then below that, there is a whole list. Since I'm in the equity, so it is showing me equity stock details, in which you can see even in my portfolio, I can see if there is any event is happening, if there is any research is coming over in any of the stocks which I hold. Here it shows me my invested value, my average cost price, on which price I have purchased, my unrealized profit. If I want to drill it down, further drill it down, so I just have to tap on that. So in that case, it will show me, other details, my days gain loss. Okay, my transactions, whatever transaction history, if I to check. So I can just click on the view transaction. That will give me my all transaction history, in which all the transactions, whatever I have made in this particular stock, let's say buy transactions, sell transactions, my corporate actions. That means, if any dividends or anything which is coming over, so I can have all that breakup. Then there's an interesting feature. This is my get code. So across the app, whenever you tap on the name of the stock, it will take you to the mini get code, in which you will have the basic details, the open, high, low, close, volume, value, average trading price, and a small chart of that stock. You can buy sell from here as well. You can buy sell across the app. You can buy sell using the swipe. On the swipe, a buy. On the right swipe, there's a sell. I hope my screen is visible and I'm able to, display, which will open your order entry. Or you can just tap on this mini get code. You can land to the order entry through that as well. Let me show you the get code page first. So once you go to this script info or the get code page, so basically this is the whole history about this particular stock, whatever I am tracking up. So in this will show you the chart, first thing first, and then you see the market depth of this particular stock, its key stats, major key states, major key ratios, its market capitals, EPS, dividends, etc. Its DPR, and then the history, how this stock is performing. Let me move to the next tab. We see here the future. So there it's current, near, far, all the 3 contracts. People are who are more into options trading, they probably prefer the option chain, either for the stock or for the indices, Nifty, Bank Nifty. So if you click on the option, you will be able to see the option chain based on the OI and based on the volume. Both are available. So along with the price, you will have the OI details. You can track if there is any volumes in, or there is no illiquid contracts. You are not placing order in a illiquid contract. You can change the expiry from here and just simply buy and sell any particular contract directly from here. If there is any research in the stock, you will be able to see here. If there is whatever the news about this particular stock, you will be able to see in this section of news, wherein news as well as the bulk block deal of the stock, we will be able to see. Events is the option wherein all the corporate events are available for you to watch in one go. All the announcements if happened in the stock, all the corporate actions, all the events, let's say a dividend, the board meeting, the AGM, EGM, split, book closure, whatever is being announced. So basically, you have all the history, all the data for the stock in the single year. So that will help you to take a decision. Now, you want to, let's say, drill it down more in terms of the financials or in terms of the analytics. So let me show you the analytics one, wherein you have a ready ratios available. You can compare it with the previous years so that you know how these ratios are earlier last year vis-a-vis now what is the number. You can compare the stock with its competitors in terms of these ratios. And this is an interesting one wherein you have the stock trends in terms of net revenue, EBIT, EBITDA, and the net profit. If we move to the financial section, see that will give you all the financial details about that particular stock. Wherein the first tab you see is a shareholding pattern, all the results of the stock, current one vis-a-vis the previous month. It could be consolidated or standalone. The balance sheet of the stock, again, you can compare it with the previous years vis-a-vis the latest one. Its profit and loss statements. And this one is again my most favorite one in terms of the MF holding, because sometimes what happens, there is no research recommendation we have on one particular stock, or maybe you have seen this stock somewhere on the TV, on the news, or maybe somebody told you about it, but you want to know further, whether is it worth or not. So in this MF holding one, this is the interesting piece that tells you about, let's say, if there is a small stock, how many mutual funds, how many big players have invested in this particular stock. Let's say, let me take any small stock, and if I have to see, I have to decide. So we see there is no one has invested, no big player have invested in this stock. So that if some big players are investing in the stock, probably that gives me a confidence, yeah, it's worth to buy for. Just another example wherein we know that this one, just now one ETF has started building up in this particular stock, accumulating this particular stock. And the last section which comes into the category is the company details. The stock which you are checking out, its company details, its background, its registered office, etc. Orders is order entries. We try to keep it very simple. Just go to the exchange, choose your desired product type, mention the quantity, whatever we want to go ahead for, provide the order type, and just buy. Now, let me show you the market section. You want to know how the markets are performing. So the same sections history, you can land it to the market section either from the dashboard. We saw it on the dashboard here. Yeah, markets and view all, or you can use this left hand side top menu wherein there is a market section. So in this first section is a screener section, second section is the advanced screener, which we saw on the dashboard also, and then the events. So any events which are forthcoming. So let's say if there is any dividend coming and there is an exit going to happen, or if it is announced, so we know if we have to build, we can take the decision through that. If I need to see details of it, I can always land. I can check what was the record date, whether so I can decide that whether it is I should buy or not. Below that, there is a FIDI activity wherein we can track that how FIs and DIs are investing or withdrawing their money from Indian market. Below that, there is a section of bulk league block deal. So the latest bulk and block deals you will be able to track from here for both the exchanges. And the last section is your market news section. So all the market news you can have within that. So this is the IPO section. So IPO section, as I said, you can you go through again from the dashboard itself. Let's say I'm taking an example of this HMA Agro. If I click on that, so this is an interesting piece because generally whenever there is an IPO coming, we have a very basic details when it is going to start. What's the hand date, what's the lot size, what's the issue size. But what about if I need to know more details, as in if there is any competitors available to it, if which is listed, who are the promoters, what are their pre-sure holding patterns. So all these things we can track from here. Its revenues, its total assets, its profits. So this will help me to decide that if I have to apply into this particular IPO. And once I decide to, let's say, proceed for any IPO or SGB, just taking an example, one click, mention my bids. By default, it is one. You can change based on your need and just submit, and you're good to go. Let me move to the mutual fund section, which is the important section. So generally, whenever we go for a mutual fund investments, generally what are the things we see? Who are the top performing funds? If there is any NFO coming over, or maybe I come up with an objective. Okay, I'm more of a safe player. Probably I'm looking for a low risk but a decent moderate return. Or maybe I'm the kind of one who's a very aggressive one. So maybe I'm ready to take a bigger risk, but I want a higher return. So based on my strategies, based on my own thought process, I can pick up any of the section. Let's say if I have to do my own R&D, I can just go to the performing funds, and therein I can track, based on their 1 year, 3 year, 5 year performance, that okay, which fund I'm supposed to start building up lump sums or SIPs or a recurring investments, or I can take benefit of the predefined or pre-built categories. Let's say I'm taking in a high risk, high return. So just I'll pick up my category. I can choose if I want to go for the lump sum purchase or if I'm going for an SIP. There are the details available, and just initiate my buy sell journey or my purchase journey or SIP journey. Research section, you can use the bottom right hand side. From there also you can lend to the research, or you can lend to take the benefit of this menu and jump to the research section. So in the research section, again, 3 blocks are equity derivative and mutual funds for the respective research entry. If there is any research available on the stocks which I hold or are available in your portfolio, so you will be able to see it upfront, so that you don't miss out that there is a recommendation available on your holding, and accordingly you can decide. I may move to the equity section. So again, I can choose if I'm a long-term player, probably I'm looking for, I'll jump to the fundamental section. I'm more of a trader, so probably in that case, or a short-term player, so maybe I'll use the technicals or trading research for benefit, wherein I can see what is the potential returns which is available for this particular stock, and what is the time frame which is given, what is the kind of targets are available, what's my time horizon. You can, if you want to, you can use a light theme or dark theme. So across the app, it will behave. So right now I've put it into dark mode. You can customize the theme based on your choice. Your fund limit is available here. You can add funds either through the net banking or through the UPI if you are a non-POA customer. If it's a POS, so directly you can use the bank hold. The reports will give you see this pop-up. So across the app, whenever you first time go to any section, that will give you the idea, okay, what is there in the app and how you are supposed to use it. So we have a profit and loss report, capital gain report, and a XIR report. You can just click on any of these reports and change the time frame for whatever time frame you need this report. By default, it will give you the current one. Stock SIPs, again, you can initiate from the dashboard also, or you can use this menu. Or let's say if you do not want to use the provided one, you want to create your own SIPs, so then you can create your own basket. Just give a name to the basket, decide the frequency and a start date, add the required stocks, whatever stocks you want to invest in, and initiate your basket investing journey by a self-created basket. Global investing will help you to invest in the US markets. Insurance and CD bonds journeys are again the same which we have in the current app. The same journeys are available in this new app also. Now the interesting feature you see is that all the privileges are upfront showing to you, so that you don't need to struggle what privileges are not available. And let's say if you have to take any privilege, you can just try to simply just enable it. That will take you whatever the prerequisite to get this particular privilege. And once this privilege is available, you will be again able to see in this section. Now this is about the whole how you whatever the features available in the stock. Now different people have different kind of a trading thoughts, different type of strategy. Somebody who's an investor, who's not in, who wants something which is more into the costing side, but somebody who's a trader, probably for them the timing matters most. Everything has to be very fast, very quick. So you can customize, or I should say personalize this whole app based on your own choice. You see the settings option. Yeah, so once you go to the settings option, you see you have all the options to personalize it, wherein enabling, disabling the touch ID, AMPIN, and the password is the common one. The most important one is the preference. So let me go there. Here you can see there are multiple options. I'll start from the dashboard. Currently, if you see, once I log into the app, it has taken me to the dashboard. But let's say I'm the one who's more always interested into, my orders. Or maybe I directly want to jump to my portfolio. Or I'm the one who always wants to land to my watch list. So I can choose any of these options. So next time, whenever you log in, you will land on that particular section. Orders setting is very important one, especially for the traders who are looking for the speed. Once I customize my orders, so I can decide. Generally, I play on, let's say unnecessary cash. And let me put, let's say, generally, I play on the 50 quantity. Okay, I'll show you. So what happens next time, whenever onwards, if I just go open the order entry for any stock, it will give me everything you see pre-filled. You see this NAC, this cash, the quantity 50 is already pre-filled. Order type is also by default pre-filled market. So one time I have set up all these things. So next time onwards, if I'm placing the orders, I don't need to, fill all these things. Whatever my settings are, every time it will come as this pre-filled. I want something even more faster. So for those people who are, who want it has to be even more quick, let me enable the zap order. Let's say if there is any, option player, maybe a future player who's looking for a lot of fast things. So in that case, directly you see it will pre-fill everything. Everything is pre-filled and it has directly taken me to information page. So actually it is just one click order. We call it zap order. So if you are using zap order, on one click your order is sent to the exchange. However, if you wish to change anything, I mean you can use this edit option. Otherwise, directly one click and just submit, your order is gone. I hope that makes a lot of sense, or maybe a lot of benefit, especially to the traders and option players and the derivative people. Now, even your dashboard also you can personalize what you want to see, what you don't want to see. You can off on what section you want to bring first. Generally, let's say I'm the one who's always more interested into the news. So in that case, I can just simply use personalize and bring this news on the top. Second, yeah. I'm not interested into financial planning. I have closed it. I'm not interested in learning, let's say, and then I'll move to this market news on the top, and I have just clicked on the apply. So now if you see, when I'm on my dashboard, upfront, just below my portfolio, the first thing I see is the market news. So you can personalize and customize the app based on your needs, that what you want to see first, what you want to see next, or what you want to see or what you don't want to see. You can show hide also. Just once you want to reset, you can quickly reset and apply. So then everything will come as is the way it is designed. Now, even more smarter, you want to make it dynamic. That means let the system decide. So in that case, whatever sections you keep on using more, automatically with the inbuilt intelligence, system will show you the data in the same method. That means somebody who's always going to the news first, so automatically below the portfolio, the news will come. So based on your usage, the system will automatically identify that these are the things you use most. So accordingly, the system will automatically arrange it. So choice is yours. You can let the system decide for you, or you can personalize yourself. All the notifications, whatever we send into the app, that is going to come into this bell icon. And if you are stuck at any particular page, you can take benefit of any of these FAQs. You want to connect to us, you can always write your feedbacks from here. You can contact through, or you can use the all feature, wherein you will have all the customer care details, and you can connect with us in case if you wish to you're looking for any help. Let me show you one more thing. Generally, a general query which generally comes over, maybe my account is locked, my password is expired. So any such situation, if you are stuck, there's an option already available called need help. In this, there are all the journeys available in case you forget your account details, login IDs, forget password, if your account is locked. So all these things directly you will be able to use from. And most importantly, before I wind up the session or open the query section, most importantly, there is always a section available called open account now. So you can recommend or your friends, family members, all these people to open the demat account with us. Thank you. So any queries, please feel free. We can show you. You can put your questions on the chat. I'll answer if any. Hello. Yeah, we have all these questions. Can you show charting feature? Okay, sure. Just 1 second. Let me quickly take up all the questions which I have. One second. I hope my screen is visible. You just go to the get quote. You can either directly click on the chart from the mini get quote, or you can just click on this chart. Therein you can set your preset strategies. You can create any of the studies, change the chart types, use available studies. You can create your own charting signals. I have a question. This app is free or paid? So this is free for all the customers. I hope Mr. Samarth, I am able to answer your question for the charting. We can use login ID of HDFC Securities, of course, sir. You are already using the old app. Now this is an upgraded version of the HDFC Securities trading app. You can always use InvestRight. Somebody mentioned I missed out the beginning. What's the app name to download on laptop, ma'am? App. This is a mobile app, not for the laptop. You can always go to the App Store or Play Store and download the HDFC Securities InvestRight. Okay, now I have a question on the order type. So let me quickly walk through this. So you can use market orders, limit orders, stop loss orders, stop loss market orders. If let's say you are using the trailing, so in that case, in the advanced options, you can use the trailing stop loss by using triggers. Is this mobile app only, or is there a desktop version? So the this is mobile app we are talking about. Can we save drawing on the chart, Mr. Samarth? Yes, we can. I'll show you. You can use, let's say, let me put a study here. For an example, I'm using alligator. Let me draw any, and then you see the save preference. So once you save it, it will be saved. Plus, you can create this new signal. So basically, you can create buy sell signals also on the chart. So next time when you open the charts, all these signals are pre-available for you. Next question. When I have 1 second, let me scroll. Yeah. So, Mr. Sanjay, to answer your question, if you are a POAY customer of the HDFC Bank, you don't need to add money to the HDFC Securities mobile app. It will automatically hold from your linked bank account. If you do not have a link, the HDFC bank account linked, or you are a non-POA customer, in that case, you have to use the fund transfer option first before you take a trade. You see the screen, there's the funds option available. Just use the add fund option and you will be good to go. There is a question, how will invest in the foreign stock? So you see this option in the menu, global investing. So once you go to the global investing, you will be able to invest directly into the US market. There is one more question on the MF investment. Mr. Varad, if you just a bit clarify more exactly what you want to see in the MF investment, I'll be able to one more time explain that, because the MF journey is very pretty straight, simple. You just either directly search the scheme in which you want to invest, or you can take benefit of this MF dashboard. Either pick anything from the performing one, which we are giving you pre-built, or you can use this section, go to the purchase, just simply choose the investment amount and purchase. Good to go. That's it. Back to the section. Next question. Yeah, the charting trend lines. Okay. Going back to the chart. Let me give it a try. So probably Mr. Samath, you are asking that if we can, create a charting tool, and is it going to get saved? For example, the Fibonacci, or maybe the trend lines, or maybe, any of other tools. Is my understanding correct for your question? Achha, only drawings. Okay, not tools. Okay, let me create a 1 second. Just let me rotate, and let's take a channel or a trend line, and let me come back to the chart. Should come back. Yeah. I have another question. I'm using the mobile app for trading, whether we have to reinstall the app. So, sir, if you're using the old app, which is the HDFC SEC with the name HDFC SEC, so in that case, that is the older version of app. This is the new app which we have created. So you can, with all the existing as is your positions, portfolio, everything, you just simply download the HDFC SEC InvestRight. I'll show you. Just go to the Play Store or App Store. Just look for HDFC InvestRight. You will be able to see this new app with this name, HDFC Securities InvestRight. Probably the one which you are using is the older one, which you see in the here. The second one, HDFC Sec, Stock MF and IPO. So you can download this new app and start using it with the same credentials, your same trading ID, login ID as a password, and the 2FAs. Any more questions? If I can help you with. Mr. Samad, that was automatically saved. So next time you will come, it will come on the chart. The charting things, if you saved on the device, next time if you, let's say you uninstall the app or logging into from the different device, then it will not come. Let me make it that thing as well clear. Mr. Bharat Rajan, if I change another phone device, how it will work? You're talking about charts, or you are talking about login? Login. No worries. So if you are logging in from the another device next time, so first login if you are making on any device, or uninstalling, installing that, you have to log in through traditional login. That is your login ID, your password, and an OTP. Next time onwards, you can use, your fingerprint, your face IDs, or through the MPIN. Mr. Anirudh, I won't be able to see your screen. I hope my screen is visible. Can anybody confirm? Because for me, it's showing. Mr. Anirudh, are you not able to see the screen yet? Anybody who's able to see, can they confirm that it is visible? Mr. Anirudh, it's not visible. Okay, thanks, Mr. Kamlakar. Thank you. Yeah. So, Ms. Poonam, we are just taking to the query. So, if there is any query, we are just landing to that particular section. I mean, I've done my information I've provided on the features. If you have whatever the queries which are coming, I'm just taking up that. Any particular section, or if somebody missed out the first section you want to understand, please feel free. Stop loss order, please. Okay. Let me off the zap order thing first, which I have enabled, so that we can go in depth. Yeah. Can we use the same account on different devices? Yes, Mr. Varadarajan, you can, but then you have to log in through traditional login. As I said, for the first time on any device, new device, if you move, you have to log in through 2FA and OTP. Not biometrics will not work on every device at the same time. Yeah, Mr. Kamalakar, just give me a moment. I'm taking an example. Let me take any other stock. Let's say the PFC. I'm going for a buy. So in that case, let's say I'm playing in intraday. I'm placing the stop loss order. Let's say for 5 quantity. Let's say I'm ready to buy at 198. I can place my stop loss trigger price here. I'm sorry, I can't place the order right now on the device because this is a live application and it will actually initiate the order. And I have not taken my compliance permission. So that is the reason I'm not placing. I'm just showing you. So you can set that, and if anybody wants to, decide, or if it's a bigger order, maybe you can change the disclosed quantity and submit. Are we good? So if no more questions, can we wind up the session, please? Or if anything, I mean, we still have 10 minutes in hand, we can stay connected and I can answer if there are queries. I have two more new questions. How does trailing stop loss work? So trailing is stop loss, Mr. Samat. It is going to come in the InvestRight in the next build. Right now it is basic stop loss which is there. Trailing is going to come in the next release. I have one more question where we have training videos. So training videos are still WIP, Mr. Kamlakar. You can use that. Any queries, we can help you out. If we install the new app, the old version we have to physically delete, or will it be replaced automatically? So Mr. Rajesh, this new app and old app are both two different apps. Right now, both are available. You can use any. However, I would always recommend go for the InvestRight, because in some time we will shut down the old app and totally migrate to the new app. So at this point of time, both are available, but over a period of time, this new InvestRight will replace the old app. In portfolio, it shows the amount invested through HDFC SEC or entire portfolio in my demat account. Okay. So the logic, Mr. Sanjay, is exactly same what is available in the current your existing mobile app or the web app, wherein in the portfolio, if you see whatever portfolio you have created. So that means if you have traded through the HDFC, it will automatically come into the portfolio. And you probably are aware, if there is anything you have offline transferred into your demat account or existing, you brought something, you have to manually add those positions. And once you, this is one time activity, and post that, everything which is available in the demat is going to come into the portfolio section. Buyback, Mr. Samir, is right now not into the mobile app that you can use through the web. Buyback and OFS is yet to come. In the new version, we'll be bringing you few more things just to give you the gist. That is one click option chain. Example, you just click on the top of the Nifty, it will open your option chain directly. So that will help the option traders too. So currently entire EMAT scripts, if it is not visible, so probably these are the offline transfers. One time you can add these manual positions. I would suggest you just log into the web portal, go to the portfolio, and there's an option available in the section of portfolio, which is the reconcile. So in the reconcile, if you see, so you will be able to see the difference which is there in the portfolio vis-a-vis there is in the demat. That means in those stocks or those scripts which are available in their demat but not in the portfolio. So one time you can manually add those. Post this one time activity, everything will be exactly same. I hope I'm able to answer your query. Thank you. Any more questions? Can you show that option? I would be, I would love to show that, but the only problem is it is not into the mobile app. Manual positions, you have to use the web, which is just go to the hdfcsecurities.com and just click on the login. So it takes you to the web platform. In the web platform, in the portfolio section, you will be able to see that. From the mobile app right now, manual positions editions is not available. This is part of my product roadmap that will come over. Okay. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the support and the time you have given to understand the app. I'm sure once you start using it, you will be having more visibility. You will probably come up with another feedback. So please feel free, provide us all the feedback so that we can further improve the app. Thank you.